Sadness is for losers. Being sad means you're weak. Sadness is wrong. Not true. In this video, I'll share with you the things you need to know about sadness. You'll learn the difference between sadness and depression, and you'll learn how to let go of sadness and start feeling better. Hi, I'm Katja. I'm a psychologist and psychotherapist from Slovenia, and I'm here to help you skyrocket your self-esteem. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new videos. Sadness is an emotion we feel when we experience loss of something or someone important to us. It can be a loss of an object, a person, or of an idea about something important to us. For example, a woman learned her boyfriend cheated on her. Even though he still wants to be with her, she's experiencing tremendous loss. She lost the idea of her boyfriend as faithful. She lost what she thought their relationship was. She also lost her trust and a sense of safety within their relationship. The loss we feel when we're sad can be a significant one. For example, a young man lost his brother to a car accident. His loss is devastating. Or it can be a minor loss, yet we still feel sadness. For example, a mother of two accidentally broke a cup her youngest got her for Mother's Day. Her loss is not devastating, yet she still feels sadness and grieves the broken cup. The feelings of sadness are mostly focused on the past. For example, I miss my grandpa so much. But sometimes it can also be focused on the present or the future. For example, a woman finding out that she cannot have children, thinking, I'll never be able to have children. I'll never put my baby to sleep. I'll never snuggle with my children. I'll never go to my children's graduation. I'll never be a grandma. We feel sadness about the future when the thing we've lost affects the way we see our future and the way we see ourselves in the future. Sadness is one of the 6 basic emotions, along with anger, fear, surprise, happiness, and disgust. Sadness is a passive emotion, as opposed to, let's say, anger, which is an active emotion and makes us want to storm to the person offending us. Sadness makes us want to just stay in our bed and hide from the world. We usually feel like crying when sad, but not always. There are many ways to express sadness, and crying is not always one of them. We sometimes cry due to relief, happiness, being moved, out of frustration, anger, tiredness, and so on. Or we can feel all of those emotions without crying. Same goes for sadness. A lack of crying is not a sign that someone isn't sad. A profound sadness can also be a part of grieving. What is the first thing you think about when you hear the word grieving? Most people think about sadness and crying. Yet a person who is grieving can go through all kinds of different emotions. A client of mine who lost her friend, her best friend, the friend who was the most important person in the world to her due to cancer, recently told me, I thought I'd be sad, but I feel nothing. I feel empty. I'm not sad. I'm not anything. I'm not happy. I'm not angry. I feel like an empty shell. Like a part of me died with her. I don't feel like me anymore. I don't know what to do with myself, so I just work. I work all the time. My mom says I should take this time to grieve, but I just can't. Many who grieve feel emotional numbness. Those who feel numb may be unable to cry, and those closest to them may not be able to understand why they're not just grieving in a, quote, normal way. The truth is, there is no normal way to grieve. Everyone grieves in their own way. Different people grieve in different ways. A period of numbness can be a part of the grieving process. Another thing many people struggle with when in the process of grieving is this. I felt so guilty. Here I am mourning the loss of my beloved cat, the cat that was my companion for 16 years, who brought me such happiness and made me feel less alone. And then, just 2 days after it passed, I find myself laughing while watching a romantic comedy. Like nothing happened. like it's just another Friday night. I felt terrible. It's natural to also experience joy and laughter while grieving. This doesn't mean that what or who we've lost meant any less to us. The tears aren't a measure of how much the person or the experience meant to us. Sometimes someone watches a sad movie and they cry like there's no tomorrow. Other times, someone's whole world shatters and they don't shed a single tear. Tears aren't a measure of the loss we feel. If you're in the process of grieving, stop thinking about how you, quote, should feel. Let yourself feel whatever you're feeling. May it be numbness, sadness, anger, jealousy for those who haven't lost what you've lost, envy, feelings of gratitude for the experience, and so on. All is okay, and all is part of the grieving process. What is not part of a healthy grieving process is depression. Many people believe that depression is just prolonged sadness, but that's not so. Depression is not just sadness that lasts longer. Sadness is a natural reaction to loss. Depression, on the other hand, is a mental illness. It affects how you see yourself and others. Depression can happen for no reason, and it lasts longer. Those suffering from depression usually feel worthless and they feel no hope. They have a hard time being motivated and having the energy for doing ordinary things. Most people lose interest in things that used to bring them joy. They become highly self-critical. Most start isolating themselves, which makes them more and more lonely. Many think about suicide. Depression also has physical symptoms like trouble sleeping, loss of appetite or overeating, headaches, and so on. Depression lasts longer than 3 weeks. Fortunately, it's very treatable, so if you're experiencing depression, make sure you seek therapy. So, sadness is not the same as depression. It's a natural reaction to loss, and it can also be even healthy for us. It can fill us with the appreciation for what we've lost. It can also make us more empathic and compassionate towards others who are going through tough times as well. It can connect us to others by making us show we need support. It can make us more open to others and show them our vulnerabilities, which can create a deeper bond to others. So, what can you do if you're feeling sad or are grieving? May it be because your marriage just ended, because you feel lonely, because you lost a loved one, because you got rejected for a job you really wanted, because someone said something mean to you, and so on. First of all, don't suppress your sadness. Sadness is natural. Yes, it does feel bad when we feel sad, but it's a natural process that helps us come to terms with the loss that we experienced. So, don't suppress it. Let yourself feel it. Name it. Say to yourself something like, I feel sad because I have no friends. I feel devastated because my grandma died. I'm feeling down because my dad forgot to call me on my birthday. So name how you're feeling. Then give yourself some compassion. Remind yourself that feeling pain means to be human. You're not weak for feeling it. In fact, you're strong for being willing to feel it and not suppressing it. You're brave enough to let yourself feel. And you're not alone. Everyone is going through tough times at one point or another. Instead of convincing yourself that the way you feel is wrong, reach out to others. Share your pain with those you believe you can or that you could trust. Be mindful of your sadness and don't judge yourself for it. And most importantly, react in a loving way. Be kind to yourself. Imagine how you would react if a friend told you that they're sad, and react in the same way towards yourself. I made another video on how to take emotional care of yourself, how to be loving to yourself, and you can check it out right here. Other things that can help you cope with sadness and grieving are things like accepting support from loved ones, taking physical care of yourself, like getting enough sleep, eating well, and so on. Making no life-changing decisions when grieving. A significant loss can make us look at our life in a different way. And we may be tempted to make decisions that we might later regret, like getting married out of the blue, or breaking up with someone, or leaving our job, or getting pregnant, and so on. Give yourself some time for grieving before you make any big life decisions. And another thing that can help you cope with grieving is finding a way to honor the person that you've lost. I really hope that this video was helpful to you. If you want to learn how to deal with difficult emotions, how to take care of yourself, and how to feel good about yourself and skyrocket your self-esteem, make sure you subscribe. You're also very welcome to join my free Facebook group called Skyrocket Your Self-Esteem. I really look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.